Right. Welcome, welcome. Do something a little bit different today. I'm gonna play Valorant in a bit, but we're first gonna do like a not intro bit, like sort of reviewing of like a game that I did, which I thought would be good for YouTube. This is the game I did the other day. It is gold to be fair, so it's a bit like it's a little bit lower like skill level and stuff, but it's still relevant to like playing with randoms and things like that. Oh, I never liked when I'm playing with randoms. But when I play with them, I'm always like I'm thinking like I've got to like adjust to like I can't say what's in the word like. I've got to think how well my randoms are playing, and I've got to listen out for their like voice lines of their characters to see where they are, where they're at, and how good they can play when I'm playing with them. Because you don't want someone who's like average or in the middle, and then like leave them on their own. You want to like defend them a bit more than actually just leave them on their own to do their own devices. So this game here, I think there's a So we're looking for a decent fight here. We'll see. I ping someone there, and then what we'll do is so this guy's on his own. So I'll fry him. I'll see in a second. But the reason I backed up here on this bit is because I don't know where his other two guys are. That Revenant's on his own, but where's the other two players? Or one player, or whoever's left. That's why I instantly backed up at first, because I don't know where anybody is yet. So easy first there. And then they get a grenade from the team. So this is their rest of the team coming up now. Stop the ult to sort of stop them coming up the hill. Like these smokes from our Bangalore are pretty good for us for looting things, because I haven't got a shield at the minute. My shield's still crap. But there's like a downside to this because I can't see anyone else come. So if someone has a digi threat or comes up the hill, I can't actually see where they're at. So it's like it's a bit of a plus and negative. So when you're playing Bangalore as well, you have to like judge your smokes a bit better than just hoying them around and stuff. I use my Q there on Horizon to see what's going on, and then absolutely fry the Wraith. Luckily there's my team were good enough to get their third teammate. Oopsie. And as always, there's always going to be a third party in here, because it's Apex for you. So I backed up to see where they are again. So what else? Because I don't know where this next team is that thirded us. Thirded, is that a word? I'm not sure. So confused. I have my confused face on right now. I do think I'm looking for heals at this minute. Please have someone have health. Yeah, because I think I don't have any of my health. So I found a med kit and things like that. I'm just stacked. Are you for real right now, bro? So one of my randoms has gone down. Probably because he's trying to fight them on their own. So that Bangalore ult's pretty poor because this place, this Thunderdome, has loads of cover pretty much. You can hide underneath the right hand side. You could hide in the little boxing ring. You could hide under the little zip line that we've got here. So like it's not a really good ult to do that. With Bangalore you should be using the ult to be like a concussion grenade. It's not designed to kill them, it's just designed to get them out the way or stun them. The random lost the fight, so now I'm like, I don't know what the situation is. So we are in zone 1, so I need to bear in mind of how many people there's left and my own health as well. So luckily one's already cracked, so they did enough of that. So he was down, that's fair enough. So this is where I'm trying to manage my health, because I am in this out of the zone at the minute. But the important thing is to keep the height as best you can, because I'm Horizon. See, he didn't know where I was. Luckily I get him. But as Horizon, I need to keep the height all the time. Now if I was that other guy, I would have probably gone up the zip line, because I was very low. I'm constantly trying to keep the height. You thirst the next dude. Our dude, sorry. And then put a quick medikit on, because if I don't, I'll just die. And as I catch him healing, luckily I got a little bit better movement than he does, and fried him and finishes him off. That's how like you should play Horizon, especially when you're playing her in ranked. Is you should always try and keep the height your best, because I was down as up, constantly trying to get out of the way of them. So then I could split the fights one by one instead of like going into a full team of 3. not knowing if they're cracked or if they're low or whatever. Like, I don't know what guns they have, I don't know what characters they are. So then I need to establish and pick the fight off one by one slowly. Now I think for a while I'm trying to find a place to res them. So I think I put the map up there a few times to try and figure out where I'm going to go next. In this situation, the best scenario is to get somewhere where there isn't a lot of fights going on. So maybe the outskirts of the ring or at the back of the ring. So if I go back there, yes. So in this situation, if there's a fight at energy, there's no point resing them there because the other teams are just going to storm. That's it. The best place probably going to be is towards grow towers, or maybe even gardens if it was safe enough. But there's a lot of activity in them zones, so maybe that's probably grow towers is the best one at this. It's an out of mount zone. I'm still trying to find a decent place. There is a res point in front of me now, but if there's teams here, I probably won't. Oh shit! So that's a prime example of there's people near. There's people near these like hot zones. You got to try and pick off where the fights would have been, and try your best to get your team back in on the outskirts of the map, and then try and find loot, and then go back in and re-engage. I think most of this is me just trying to get out of the way. Holy. All good. The zone's coming in, so probably have to go on the zip line to get out first. Yeah. So what I've done here is that I'm telling the team to just literally run. Don't loot, even though our lifeline is looting for some reason. So the other things I can do is I have a spare gun I can give to one of the guys. But all we need to focus on at this point is getting out of the way, because I only have so many supplies. My Bangalore has no shield. My lifeline has a white shield, which is not good enough because we're in round 2. So she just doesn't have enough stuff. So I'm dumping the equipment. I have way too much stuff for myself, so I can split it off. What else we got? So I think he was getting shot at the top of the hill. Yeah, so we're getting shot at. But they obviously saw the res. The best protocol really here, I think, is what we do is we get out. Another team want to fight, but the Bangalore has no gun still. Can give my Spitfire. So this is the point I think I give him my gun. Yeah, keep going, keep going, keep going. I don't know whose ult that is. I think it was our Bangalore's. Shoot the other one. Yeah, so what I do is I drop my gun because there's no point in me having 2 guns when she's got no gun whatsoever. Keep going. Oh shit. Keep going, they're getting thirded. Keep going, they're thirded. Yeah. So at this point, that was quite lucky that one of the enemies has a white shield, but our lifeline shouldn't be fighting because once she's on her own, and there's no need to fight there because it's all open. If I was this team, I would have left. Basically, I would have stayed at the top of this zone and just stayed there because they have the better rotation to go back into grow towers that way. But our lifeline was wrong for fighting there, so I could just do a bit of cover fire that helps them. And somehow I think they got one down, which is pretty cool, but we still don't have the resources. Because I'm about to run out of ammo, I only have 60 bullets left. And then there's a rat, which is easy enough. I think that was a rat, or it was... Nice way to take shit. Potentially it's a rat, but anyway, it's still good for us because we worked as a 3-man team, and now one of our characters, or 2 of them, can now get the decent amount of loot and split it up. By the way, the camera is over my face, so you can't see my face. You might hear me randomly talking. It's not me, it's previous me. So we've got 40 seconds on zone. Got a shield on now. I don't have any bats, I only have shield cells. That's fine. The best thing for us to do here is just go round and get some more stuff. I know it's like later in the game and there's only 4 other teams left, but we don't really have the resources enough for like a fight. Like I have minimal ammo don't have any big heals of any type. I think I have a med kit, but I don't have anything else. I'm gonna loot in the Grow Towers here. Because, like, I have one gun and we have no stuff. Yeah, there's previous me saying about it. That there's not enough stuff for us to fight. I'm looking everywhere for just a little bit extra, not too much, just a little bit extra, so we can actually sustain a decent fight. Let's go, team. So we've rotated to Grow Towers, which is good. Sweaty bum time. So I think we roam round to. Yeah, this is not looted. This is great. Yeah. So we're lucky enough that there's no. This hasn't been looted. Sorry. So all our team again, I know I'm saying, because we're on the back foot here, so we need stuff to survive. So even if it's just a wingman that you can't even use, you still need something to shoot back at. So I think what we do is we just get the right amount of stuff and loot, whatever that means. So we can actually, like, so there's an R301, there's a decent weapon, bits and bobs. I think I have a billion grenades for some reason. Plus, luckily, we have zone as well. Yeah, it's all good. It's fight. Yeah. So what I was saying to my team there is that there's a new fight happening across the next bit of Grow Towers. There's no need for us to fight that, because if we go out of zone, there's no reason to go out of it, because then we're going back into zone, and if another team's already rotated into that ring, we then have to fight them again. So there's no point in moving from this position, because this is safe. We have zone and we just need a bit more loot, and then we're going to go. I know you're eager, son. Just calm down. But no mementos. I think my lifeline was really eager to get into the fight, and there's just no point, because they're fighting. They then have to come to our place, even if they play the lower ground from this position from the other Grow Towers. The other Grow Tower. There's no point, because they'll still have to fight up towards us, which is our advantage. There's no need to move. Oh, yeah. And this is where I was bamboozled by an Octane. Again, these smokes, this Bangalore was a good Bangalore, but there's no need to smoke that, because I don't know where anyone is. If that person's hiding in the smoke and has a digital threat, I have no chance against that, because I don't know where they are. Yeah, it's all about knowing the information and where things are. They're close. I hear Octane. Don't know where though. You also got to listen for what type of character it is, because whatever type of character it is, if it's a Gibby, if it's Nocturne, Mirage, whatever, they have like distinctive footsteps, especially when you're playing like this. In this scenario, it's an Octane, so I can hear the metal legs running around. Maybe hear the stim that's going around. If you hear the Horizon cue, things like that, you got to be listening for these audio cues out. I still think that we're trying to find this Octane that's mischievously around somewhere. On the next floor down. Yeah, so there is footsteps going on. Where the hell is he? So everyone's now just waiting for the next zone to happen, because there's no fights anywhere happening. Everyone's just waiting for it. So there you go, there's the visual on the Horizon queue. So I think that was our mysterious Octane that we didn't see. I think they were just hiding behind us. The Mirage one. So that was a good little audio cue. Might have to put that up a bit in the edit, but the guy went close. That he's saying there's like this out underneath, because we couldn't hear them. Out underneath is like there's another team underneath us. That was such a poor effort at saying that. Basically, what he's saying, he's actually using his mic, which is now he's decided to use at the end of the game. So what he's telling me is that there's somebody close, and we just need to be careful, because they're trying to get to our high ground. One's HP, one's red. So then there's another team. So there's at least two. So this is what you got to think of. Like, there's another team. So there's at least two teams here together. We don't know how many there is, but we know there's at least two close. There's 4 teams left. So there's another team that might third everybody else at the end. Yeah, luckily they're fighting. fry the Octane, so then we have a 2v1 fight here. That's why the Octane backed up. And there's another person on me. Fucking team, bro. So when I'm watching here is I'm watching my at this point I'm watching my team's health and how much health they have left, because I've got a lifeline that's really like half HP. I've got a Bangalore that's low, so I might have to come in. Like, I basically have to come in and help them, and not rescue them as such, but like I need to support them. I can't be like looting, building, or keeping the high ground. I need to be with them a bit more. It's like now, see, there's another. So there's a prime example. There's now a lifeline. If that Bangalore was on her own, then that's one of our guys down. Especially in the later game, that's a bad idea. Luckily, she's stupid enough to go back into zone, and then our lifeline, I think, takes her out. Yeah, nice. I think the other team's close. So we've got one more team left who haven't pushed us. And this is where you got to be thinking of, because they haven't pushed us now, how many's left? Is it like, is it only a rat? Is it one? Is it two people? If it's a full team, I'm surprised they didn't push. But at this point, I'm thinking it's possibly a rat. And Bat left. Now, I am a bit low on ammo there, but it's not really needed. Gone in the zone. So all we can do here is basically just keep the circle and find where this last mysterious person is, whoever it is. So I was shooting an unloaded PK, which is bad, so I should have reloaded there really before I started shooting. They took him out, which is nice. So then so there's at least two, because now we've took one out, there's one left, maybe the third. At this time, I'm still looking at my team's health, what they've got left. Maybe ping them a shield in one of the death boxes. They need shield swap, things like that. So we need to know now, because they're forcing us to play into their ground. But I think what we do here is, I think I have Horizon Q on the left, maybe. Yeah, so we take the ground, or take that roof of this building, because I don't know, still don't know where they are yet. If they're under the building, then we just have to play smart and then basically work against them and see which characters they have. But then our Bangalore, I think, pings on down the hill. Which, if I was this other team, I would have maybe pushed to this house for safety. Just try to res him in. For some reason, they try a mobile respawn. That's a bad play. They shouldn't have done that as well. Shouldn't have done that. I think our Bangalore messed up there. She was too busy looting and not knowing where the zone was coming in. Because it's zone 5, it hurts a lot. But she was too busy seeing what ammo there is. This is why you need to loot fast, because you need to like get the resources you can get. And if you say you're missing a purple mag or a stock or whatever, it's too late. You need to like do the fight rather than loot, because you end up, in this case, I was on dead. He's crashed. So this other team's now playing up the hill, which is bad for them and it's good for us, because when the next zone comes in, they'll have to walk with the zone, which means they have zero cover in any of this in front of us. So it's like it's basically an easier job for us, because they have to go in the open. I think there's one dude. And it's just a straight 1v1, which I did terrible at. Cracked him, and our lifeline hits him. That's a win. Nice. So all there, that was pretty easy to show you where to rotate off. So I had two people down, and that was, I didn't engage in any other fights. I just got out, went around the edge of zone the best I could to get to a res point, to then just get more loot for our team, and then have position. And position is one of the best things you can get. And then basically just doing an easy 3v2. Actually, it was a 2v2 because our Bangalore died and made a mistake for looting too long. And then it was a straight, we're at the top of the hill, they're downhill. You don't want to be at the bottom of the hill. If I was, like I said, if I was the other team, I should have moved to that little hut, that little house. And then you're not safe, but you have better ground than fighting uphill in the open. And then we just had basically the better aim, the better height, the better stuff. GG's there from me. Might be
it wasn't a big kill game.
So, you know, is what it is.
It wasn't a big kill game or anything. It was, I think it was like a 5 kill game or something. Nothing major. Yeah, I missed that last guy. So it's a 5 kill game. There was nothing like crazy damage. You know, it was like 1500 damage, but it just shows you like how you can rotate out and then better suit your team. Because I'd rather have position than be fighting up a hill like that. So hope it's helped. Yeah. Peace on that. That's cool. Right, we're gonna play some Valorant now. Valorant.